decided that my entire property is loud no matter where I go. November 30th. What we hold dear. What we hold dear can heal the world. I like that. There is an ancient story of a group of pilgrims searching for the Holy Land. They wandered for days to the bank of a very wide river. It was too steep to cross, and there was nothing to build with. One of the pilgrims prayed for guidance, and a voice appeared urging each to give up something they held dear. From this they could build a raft, for only that which they held dear would be strong enough to hold them up as they crossed into the Holy Land. There was immediate conflict and suspicion. The one who heard the voice was accused of trying to steal what mattered most to everyone. Finally, 4 of the stranded pilgrims agreed. Each offered what seemed useless to the others: a stone, a feather, a piece of driftwood, a page from a book no one understood. Mysteriously, as they slept, the dearness they had placed on these things flowed together, and they woke to find a magnificent raft. Once on the other side, the one who gave up the feather heard a voice. It said that the Holy Land was right where they had landed. The 4 pilgrims settled on the far bank within view of the others who would not cross. That night, they burned the raft to cook their food, and the voices told them that the Holy Land is wherever what you hold dear holds you up and then turns to food. Ooh, dang. The wisdom carried in this ancient myth is that what we fear is most private mysteriously belongs to everyone. That is, once shared, the things we hold dear release a power that is healing. This is not to say that we should give up what is healing us in the midst of its becoming dear to us. Rather, the story urges us to relinquish personal icons so that they may continue to heal others. It reminds me of a relic of a saint someone gave me when I was ill, a chip of bone from someone centuries ago who began a religion I was not part of. But as I held this relic and prayed and worried and sweat through my terror, it became precious to me. Once well, it became a sacred charm for me, until one day the person who gave it to me fell terribly ill and needed it back. I was afraid to give it up and felt naked without it, but giving it up made everything holy. I have since, when the time provided right, given away other precious things I have lived with. Crystals and books and personal treasures I have longed enshrined. For only in use do they again become healing. It is the giving of what is dear that helps us cross the river. Okay. Everything is just going to kick my ass because I love books, I love rocks, I love feathers, I love crystals. I have tons of little bitty things. And every now and then, and I love that he says the voices, because you know me and voices. Whew. And every now and then, one of those things will tell me, especially like if I'm in a session with someone, that one of my things wants to stay with that person. And it's not always forever, but like I gave away a rock that was kind of new to me, but had told me that, you know, it wanted to go with me. And so I was like, cool, I have more sacred rocks. They were from Nevada. Down here in Texas, there are just no rocks. There's no rocks. So I had these, I chose 7 rocks, and this was one of the 7 rocks. And it was a brand new client. I wasn't sure I was ever going to see her again. And one of those rocks wanted to stay with her. And she still has it. I've seen her since. And I want the rock back. But I have not heard the rock say it wants to come back. And in fact, as I look at the progress of her journey, I think the rock is meant to stay there and continue to do some work with her. Oh my goodness. Isn't it amazing? I don't know. This book just blows me away. I don't know if it blows anybody else away, but it blows me away. Okay. Mindful moment. I hear kids approaching me. Man. Center yourself and meditate on something that has personal power for you, something you hold dear. It might be a shell or stone that you have prayed with, or a special candle you burn when troubled. Breathe deeply and give gratitude for its dearness to you. Breathe deeply and pray for clarity of heart to know if and when it might be right to give this dear thing to another. Do not act on this today. Do not give this up if you still need it. Do not hold on to it tighter if you fear letting it go. Simply breathe now with willingness to know if and when such a moment might come. Oh my gosh. You know, and like I was thinking, people have given me things that I knew were dear to them. And it kind of blew me away. But they were like, nope, you need it. And they were probably right. So thank you to anyone who's ever given me a little goodie like that. And know that it has lived sacredly with me. I have a little collection of rocks and shells and trinkets and charms and talismans, and they somehow work their way into my sacred places. And you know, it's interesting, every now and then, like I have my mesa, which is my 13 stones that have been anointed, and you know, I've worked with them through my shamanic training and such. But sometimes there's other stones or crystals or rocks or thingamajigs that people have given me. And what I hear is that they want to be witness to whatever is going on. And so oftentimes I will set them around my mesa or around the room or close to the client because they have said that they want to be witness. So, you know, you just gotta honor that sometimes. And I try to listen. I think if there's anything really special about me, it's that I listen to little messages like that. So that's it. I love you. Have a fan-frickin-tastic day.